Well, the sun is out, so I'm not inside. I can't do any records today. I thought I would just come out, play a little fetch, soak up the sun, and chime in and say hello, just in general. For the most part, it's pretty quiet out here today. Hope everybody's doing all right. I keep seeing something in my glasses, but when I go to clean it off, it's not there. It's driving me nuts. Anybody of you have that problem? Well, I won't be on for long. I just thought I'd say hello. I didn't think anybody would jump in because no one ever does. Except those people who are controlling the situation. You know how it goes. Anyway, I do hope to continue my record adventure. Thanks for the memories. I'm not sure when I'll get up to that. I'm not exactly sure how I managed to do the last couple. It's funny, I can't make shorts. And when I go to make a short, they don't let me upload it, and they mess with the entire process. So I can search for a song, and then all of a sudden it shuts off, and then I have to do it all over again. So, the process has been anything but fun or relaxing. And the few that I did manage to save to drafts, the next time I got it to open, were gone. So I did have quite a bit of content to share. We've already gone from winter to spring, and I have tons of video, but they're trapped or they're erased. And like recently, I found that a lot of my photos were gone. Like they're just empty spaces now in my gallery. So I'm not really sure what people are doing with my videos and my photos, but I know why I took them in the first place. Memories. My memories. So I'm not exactly sure why anybody else would want them or why they would steal them. I don't get it. I mean, I wouldn't want to take anybody else's anything. For what? I guess to try to prove something that's not real. I'm continuing my research, and I'm finding a lot of more, should I say, unanswered answers. And a lot more people who won't cooperate with my questions. The runaround, I feel like that's like a side job for some people. And what's funny is if you ask them one day, they say this. And you ask them another day, and they say something completely different. And they don't recall telling you what you initially... Well, I take notes. Whether they be mental or written down with a piece of paper. And, pretty conscientious about what I observe and what I want to write down. I try to, I do my best verbatim, It's always a joy to find out how consistent people can be or choose to be, or are allowed to be. Maybe I should put it that way. What's this? A person in my chat? Let's see. Well, hello, honey. The place? My yard? Yeah, I'm a little too close to other people, so as far as I'm concerned, it could be better. Hi, Rosa. How are you guys doing? Hi, B-Ball. Oh, Ski Biddy, I have to tell you, some of the first crack-ups that we watched. Little Big, I think Little Big made Ski Biddy. Is that what it is? Famous? I don't know, but what a super duper band. They just had some really funny videos. I don't know why they made them so funny, but I laughed really loud and hard. So are you guys real, or are you like a little group, a little band to harass me today? Oh, people, I don't get into any of that societal business, and I can guarantee you, if somebody's behind bars for doing things that they shouldn't have done, they should probably stay there. Because, Anybody who sets out to intentionally hurt someone else and gets caught should probably have a consequence, don't you think? Yeah, I know who you're referring to. I just don't care to discuss it. I don't think it needs to be discussed. I think it's something that's just understood. Is there any particular point of view you want to express while you have a moment here in my chat room? Oh, you agree? Okay. I don't think it's like I don't feel like there's any reason to discuss anything about it. I just hope that the right people do the right thing. You know, he's not alone. So there's a lot of fucking nasty people out there who choose to do things that are not okay. I told you got your shitty list and your not shitty list. Feel free to put him on whatever side you think he belongs on. You know, I deal with the who's in my own little world here, and I got enough shitty people that I'm dealing with right now. Do I have a farm? No. I probably should be on a farm, but no. I do not live on a farm. I did not grow up on a farm. So if there's somebody on a farm pretending to be me, it ain't me. Because you know what's funny is some people here locally asked me that. 2 different people came up to me and asked me if I was from a farm family, and I kind of giggled because I didn't know what they meant. And then I kind of put a few other things together and went, I think I know what they mean. And no, that person is not me. Yeah, okay. In my big hat and scarf and winter jacket. Nice try. Yeah, okay. That's unnecessary. So what we got going on here is a discussion. Oh, I'm missing you. Hold on. What'd you say? Poopy poop poo. All right. You made it through 3rd grade. Good job. You know, whatever makes you feel comfortable. Sometimes you have to talk like that in order to gain your confidence, right? Hi there, EIKO. How do you feel about Drake? Seriously, you're beautiful. Yeah, thanks. I don't feel any which way about any of these people. I don't know them personally. I know what I've heard, good old tabloids and whatnot. And it is not my place to be judge and jury of any of it. I know that if I'm in their company and they ask me to participate in something that I shouldn't be, my answer is no. Goodbye. I know I'll make a choice that I need to make. I mean, it is what it is. You have the right to participate in things that are disgusting and immoral and not ethical, and you have a right to walk away from them. Okay? I mean, I made a choice to do something similar, and people are mad. People are mistreating me because they're mad. Why are they mad? Maybe because they didn't do what I did sooner. You got me. Oh, his music? I don't know. I'm not too familiar with it. I know, I listen to like older radio. I don't listen to really any of the newer stuff. Even like the stuff pretty much from the last 10 years, I'm very unfamiliar with. I stick to like older radio. So if you were to ask me about, let's see, let me think of a few artists. Know his music. Queen, the band Queen. Yeah, like that's older. Familiar with a lot of Queen's music. Exactly. Oh yeah, I love classical. Well, where most of today's music comes from, composition from the past. It's all what do you call it? Experiment, I guess you would call it. I always hear little bits of pieces of bigger music inside of today's music. Make the rough sound of Beethoven in B major. Oh, I have no idea. I'm not a musician. I don't play any instruments. Never claimed to be. and will never claim to be. I love music. I like listening to it. I like dancing around to it. I can appreciate it. This is why I say musicians are magicians, because I just think what people are capable of doing is amazing. Hang on. Whoops. Um, doesn't matter where I am. I'm on Earth. You know, the round planet, the spherical planet, should I say? Yeah, hi, Marcus from Sweden. How are you? What does it sound like? Because you listen to it? Huh? Your questions have to be a little bit more specific. Oh, yeah. I'm on that side of the planet. And it's still chilly, but the sun is out, so I had to come outside. As you can see, I'm busy. Busy. I want to meet the person who invented these things, because they're a god in my eyes. You don't get tired, and you can send that sucker really far. Yeah, so I don't know. What does it sound like? Because you listen to it. T. Holden, be more specific. What does what sound like? Classical music? Classical music to me sounds like nature. It sounds like captured nature, captured weather, natural sounds that were. I'm a little tired, so my words aren't coming to me as quickly as I'd like them to. Natural sounds that are captured in man-made instruments. That's what I feel classical music is, and then your addition of what? Okay, you're from Japan. Okay, so you're on the other side of the planet. How's it going over there? Is it nighttime there? Are we opposites? To some degree. I kind of honestly couldn't tell you what time it is. Somebody switched my phone over to what do you call it if you're in the service? So it has extra numbers, and I never learned how to read a clock like that. Listen, learning how to read an analog clock was tough for me as a kid. So sometimes numbers and I don't really get along too well. I've always struggled with that. But military time, that's what my phones all have on it now, and I have no idea what time it is. Unless it's the first 12 hours of the day. Once it goes past that, forget it. Yeah, add restless sleep, and then you get a lot less processing on my book. Just one of those days. But I've been outside for a while, and it just feels so good. Fresh air and sunshine. But yeah, I don't know if that answers your question as far as what it sounds like if you were talking about classical music. Drake, do you recommend a song or any particular album? I know who he is. Like, if you showed me a bunch of pictures, I could pick him out. Like, I could recognize a number of people. I'm just not up on it, you know. Sorry, I really don't follow too much. I don't. I'm old, so I kind of tend to revert back to what is in there already. I'm always open to new stuff. Absolutely love new stuff, new experiences, and I always take recommendations. Kind of relieved if you're telling me he's not mixed in with that other character, because I don't really know who's mixed in with any characters, but the more you hear about who's connected to who, it makes you think like half the chains that are holding everything together are somewhat broken now. I mean, that's how I look at it. You could be connected. I think I explained it in a short a long time ago about being a archipelago. You really have to be a strong sense of self, and then you can reach out and touch and interact with other strong people, but you don't all have to be on the same damn island. It's okay to be yourself, and stand up for what you think is right. And then, you get a bunch of islands who all want the same, They all want to go about it in a manner that's respectful, with the intent to do good. Then that's an archipelago I'm going to slide into, you know. And I feel like the music industry as a whole, how it's like all divided, country, rap, pop, techno. I mean, they segregate music the same way they segregate people. And the way I look at it, DJs have the best job in the world because typically when people hire them for an occasion and they say, hey, give me a list of songs that you like, there's going to be a variety of songs on that list. And that DJ is going to be responsible for fusing all of those different styles of music together to form one fantastic evening. And I think that that's kind of the concept that people lost, when it comes to how we run this world. It's awesome to have a bunch of wonderful countries, but all those countries, we all float on the same island or the same ocean. We all have the same core in the center. We all have the same stars and universe floating above us. To me, you have to look at it as one big dance floor. And I don't know about you, but I have never really seen any two people doing the same thing on a dance floor, and that's what's so much fun about it. But they're all enjoying the music. They're all enjoying the view. They're all enjoying the company. They're all enjoying the physicality, right? Hi, Mood. Hey, Mood, look at the comment above yours. You got a follow up for that one? Borscht. Hey, wait, can't see it anymore. I've never heard of the second. Land is not floating. Is that what you're saying? You're saying that land actually has a strip of solid that goes all the way to the core, which is not a solid? Is that what you're trying to tell me, Dominic? We were all one big chunk. About the continental divide. We were all actually touching. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure we're kind of all around and moving slowly. Maybe you took it a little bit too literal, the floating aspect, which is fine. Take it how you want to take it. But if you want to teach us something, please do. Always open to learn. Ah, that sun feels so good. So good. Blue skies. Again, my phone looks like an X-ray. So I have no idea what you guys could see. You guys know what she means, and she is right. It's not even about being right, Mood. I never try to be right with anybody in my chat room. It's a waste of my energy. Everybody has their points, Like I said, he's interpreting my words in a manner that make him think I'm not correct, and that's fine with me. That's why I say, hey, if he has a way for us to learn it differently, please go ahead and share. Maybe there's a perspective I haven't come across yet. What do you think, Mood? Are we floating? I don't know. I'd say tell that to the Titanic. Maybe it's just a bunch of icebergs down underneath. To me, icebergs are just frozen water, right? We are. Yeah. How's everybody on your island today, Mood? Yeah. I wasn't in a put on a record agenda today. That's not happening. It was so nice and quiet out here. Very little parades today, which was kind of a relief. I guess maybe everybody's a little tired after. Last week was spring break, so there was a lot of traffic. A lot of people off. But, still doing the same as I was. You're still organizing. Did you make any progress yesterday? But yeah, I don't ever need anybody to defend me in my chat room. I know how to make people disappear if I don't want to deal with them. Hi, all is well in the world. You have a nice name because it's already a positive mantra, which is pretty cool. Because however many times you get people to say it, you're actually sneaking in some positive language. It's a very good idea. Clever. How are things with you? You did? Oh, good. Well, how about that? You know, it's always important to have an area where you can lay down and stretch out if you need to, or have a temper tantrum or something. It's always important to have that space. That's how I feel about it. Or you have a wet dog that you have to send over there so they're not leaning up against you. It's like they only want to sit close when they're full of mud, I swear. And when they're dry and clean, they're like way over there. When they're wet and gross, they gotta sit and lean on you. I guess that's love. Who knows? Oh, you took that? Yeah, your name too, I suppose. I was talking about all is well in the world, but I guess you could back it up with a mood elevator. I don't know because, yeah, your mood could go anywhere, though, can it? So I don't know. Yours would have to have like a little gauge on it that has like, I don't know, maybe a positive arrow, something. Because yours could be interpreted any which way. Yellow snow is not lemon flavored. Well, how do you know? What if I work for a snow cone company? What if I'm in one of those little, what do you call them, food trucks, and I do shaved ice? You're right. It could be banana, could be pineapple. What else could it be? Hey, Popper. Hey. Hey, look at me. Look at me, not the ball. Forget it. Do you know when people are like over focused? Dogs can do that too. Me, right here. That's what I'm doing. That's it. My energy is zonked today. So I did what I had to do. I screamed a little bit. I think I might have cried for a moment. And I've been outside probably for the last 3 hours. I'm keeping it real in the moment right now. Doing whatever it is I have to do. Found out the hard way. What, somebody dared you to eat it? You should always know where your food is coming from. Me, lately, I have to watch out for poison, so I think I'd rather eat some freaking pea snow than some of the shit we've ingested lately. Holy crap. You really can't trust anyone in this world. Did you know that? It's such a shame. Like, I feel like there's some people out there, they're just sinking islands. They're like islands that somebody pulled the plug on, and they're just bloop, 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 bloop. I don't know. It's one of those days. Well, Mood, do you think your art can enhance people's moods? I did look at your channel, and I see you have some shorts. I don't see much of your artwork, though, so I'm kind of curious. How do you plan to incorporate it? Because, artists have quite the leeway. Oh, great. Never dull moment. So what I will do, nonchalantly, I'd like to know what your goals are for your channel. Yeah. Oh, okay. Are you teaching different types of media or how to use different types of tools? Or just, what are you going to put music on and let people silently watch you create? There's a guy I used to watch in England, and he paints watercolors of creatures in nature, the ones that he finds on his property, and he documents them in real life, and then in a journal he paints them. I thought that was pretty cool. I enjoyed watching him for a little while. Oh yeah, I saw that. What's your favorite kind of art to do? I like still lifes, pencil, and pen and ink. I think those were my favorites. And sculpture. That sculpture was terrible, but I liked making shit out of stuff that would have been thrown away. Yeah, but you don't have a favorite. I enjoyed watching you do your. I would call it scribble art. Um, it was like the one thing I saw you doing on camera. I mean, we do that with the kids where they just take a permanent marker and they can go anywhere they want. And then in between, they have to put a different color. But you were adding like these little kind of scoops and creating softer kind of curvatures instead of like where the lines came together. I thought that was kind of neat. I never saw really that before and how to do that. So that's something that I would show to a child who I think has the fine motor capability to do that. So I've already kind of grabbed something I saw you do. So thank you. Neurographica? What's that? Is that what you were doing? What I'm talking about? Are you connecting your right and your left hemispheres of your brain? What are you doing? Ah, oh, maybe you might even have said that. You know, it's funny. Hmm, art. I'm pretty sure art saved my life as a you know teenager, preteen teenager. My art teacher loved the fact that she could give an assignment and I actually did the assignment. Everybody else in the room grumbled. But there was one or two other people who stood out around me in the art world in high school and stuff. And one of them is a phenomenal tattoo artist down in Florida. He blows me away. Especially the ones, where somebody goes in with a botched up tattoo and then they take it and they turn it into something phenomenal. Well, it should be therapeutic. Yeah, art definitely has that. Hey, where's your ball? Okay. She's got it. Yeah, his name is Joe Casal. He's down in Florida. For the life of me, I cannot. Ah, I know it's on my Instagram. I'm pretty sure I follow him because what he does is amazing. And I just remember him in art class, and then there was another kid a little younger than me. He was pretty phenomenal too. Oh yeah, there was a matter of fact there was three people who stood out. I don't remember any girls who really stood out. At least not in my art class. There were several art classes, but in college I was surrounded by tremendous amounts of freaking amazing people. Currently working on paper quilling and learning to work with. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce that. What is that? Hi, JP Gaming. What is that? Gouache. My sister does graphic arts. My mom used to do it old school, like she did print coming up with printing for T-shirts and things like that. She did the old-fashioned way with the layers and the X-Acto knife. I used to help her, and then she also did like newspapers, where you had to like kind of the old-fashioned way on a big light box and piece it all together. Sounds like wash, but with gua, similar to a watercolor. David Smith, you crochet? My sister crochets, and she uses plastic. Before they turned the whole bring bags of your own, and they gave away lots of plastic bags, she would strip the plastic bags into tiny little strips, and she would knit them together, crochet them together, and she'd make guitar straps and yoga mats and all sorts of cool stuff and things you could probably bring to the beach that were waterproof. Gouache. I never learned how to do that. I do know how to do a couple of little finger knitting style things that I had the pleasure of learning from other people that I taught with. Chat with a really cool lady who brought wool into the classroom. She had carding tools and a actual what do you call it? I seem tired today. A spinner thing where she would show the kids how to stretch the wool to make actual yarn. And then I learned that walnut ink is a really good way to color your yarn, and that was from a woman whose daughter I used to watch. So many things you can learn from other people as far as creativity goes. I don't think there's enough art out there as far as YouTube channels. So, Mood, I really, I wish you the best with the success on that, because I know sometimes that, yes, she spun wool, pretty amazing. And then she would teach the kids how to knit. I watch a lot of little snippets. I mean, I mostly prefer music or old school TV, things like that. I like black and white stuff, little things that catch my eye. Um, but I always fall into people who are doing art and music. I think those are my those are my whoopsies on YouTube. I stay away from a lot of stuff. It's just like I see it, I'm like, bye. I don't follow anything that's considered. What do you call it? Where everybody does it. God, my brain is like stuck today. Trends. I don't. I like trends are a complete turn off to me. But I think that's just who I was as a kid too. I never went. I just never follow. I'm just not a follower. I was always that fucking pain in the ass in the room who had their own idea. And it wasn't that I didn't want to cooperate. I was always respectful. I just thought of other ways to do things. And, you know, when that person in charge had everybody doing the same thing and it worked out great, of course I participated. But especially if it didn't work out well, bye. Like, I just, you know, that's kind of how my classrooms were. I have a lot of pride in my classrooms. I was looking through some cards, and as soon as I saw the little kid's name, you know, written out, I could immediately picture them, their voice, what their favorite material was to work on, a lesson I might have done with them. I have a very cool memory. When I don't want it to work, it flows like crazy. But when I like ask it to like find something, that's when it doesn't necessarily cooperate. Like right now. Oh yeah, she did it all in the classroom. Yeah, I heard you guys talking about all the different instruments that your family members play. That was phenomenal to hear. You pretty much have an entire orchestra if you get everybody in the same spot. See, I'd have a heyday with your unfinished projects. I think problem solving is one of the reasons why we have the brains that we have. I don't think we're meant to stay plastic. You know, I don't think we're meant to stay in one particular mode. Our job is to constantly experiment with things. I mean, I know I have a lot of comfort zones that I probably for my own sense of self need to escape from, but you get those, and that's what they're there for. They're for comfort when you need them. But when you're not in that comfort zone and you're in the experimental phase, I mean, you really do have to be willing to like try a million other things, right? And considering no two people perceive things the same way. Like I always love that one example that people use, you know, psychologists always use it. You know, even if you grew up in the same house, you know, the same set of parents, you definitely didn't have the same set of parents or grew up in the same household. You know, and the way they word it is, you know, the set of parents that you had, even if it were 9 months after your sibling or 9 months before, were two totally different set of people. And their learning experiences changed who they were by the time they parented you. I mean, there are so many, like, no two things are ever the same. Right? Well, yeah, I mean, we're here to create, but we're here also to be extremely productive. I mean, the things that we create should not take away, they should only elevate or add. And those that take away need to be dismissed. You know, it's those people whose comfort zone is who, you know, those people who delve into what hurts. That has to go, right? I mean, like you said, you like to elevate people. Right. You know, and I'm not saying like things that are macabre. I freaking love macabre. Like I love dark. I love it. I love it all. Like I think there's a time and a place for everything. You just can't be hurtful. I'm not in North Dakota. It's windy, and I think it's colder in my house than it is out here. So I had a hard time getting warm this morning when I got up. So when I came out here, I was like determined not to get cold. So I have, what do I have on? 2 layers of shirts, a vest with a hood, and a jacket, and a scarf, and a hat. I don't know that that's that much. Would I be warm if I were in North Dakota? Because if I go there, I'll know how to pack. Well, the other day it was super warm out here. I didn't have anything on. So, well, aside of first layer. Yeah, thanks, Mood. I don't know what you're doing jumping on and chatting with me. I don't want to take away from your productivity. I do appreciate the hello. And I will. I'm constantly check out your channel. I want to see your progress. I'm interested in anything that you said induces relaxation. I'm all for that. I just have a really nutty brain, and not everything is relaxing to me. Sometimes what's relaxing to somebody else will absolutely stir me up. But I liked watching you do your artwork the other day. You should do that more often, even while he's playing. Um, I don't know. I liked it. I enjoyed it. All right, keep up the good work. Maybe I'll see you later. Not sure. I might climb into bed super duper early today. I don't sleep when I get there, so you know. Yeah, okay. I think I'd rather take your lead on that one. And what was that instrument? You said you played the trumpet? Is that what I heard you say you play? Before you disappear? Is that why you have issues with your fingers? Too much trumpeting? Can you pull it out and play it? Why are you not like showing off your goods? There's got to be a song that has some type of trumpet in there that you can wow everybody with. Listen, I always say you cannot go wrong with a horn section. You cannot. And listen. I'm loving the polka bands, and they always have trumpets. Sometimes two. I think you need to get that shit out and clean it up and get blowing into it, because you can't hide those kind of gifts. Those are skills, man. You can't put your skills on the shelf. You got to keep your skills out. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Well, telling me to calm down yesterday. That was funny. Do I know you, David Smith? Oh, good. All right, well, Moo, don't let me keep you. Go get your stuff done. This week, you can be chillaxed later when you're doing the fun stuff. See? It's windy, David. And if I didn't have a scarf, that would have been pretty chilly. Are you in North Dakota, David? Or did I lose you? Probably lost you. People come in, they make a comment, and they leave. That's all good. It's like being in a never-ending elevator, actually, no pun intended, Mood, but it's just like every once in a blue moon, the door opens and something else walks in. 2 floors later, they walk out. Or maybe a revolving door. We could look at it that way, but you don't often get to like squeeze yourself in the little compartment and go around with somebody. You're usually stuck in your own little section. I've been stuck in those doors before. Help! How many times did you go around before you got out? I asked if you were in North Dakota. And I also wanted to ask you, why were you telling me to calm down yesterday? If you notice, I'm not. I let somebody have it today. I raised my voice for a moment because I'm irritated about something. I don't like secrets. I don't like big secrets, and I don't like being a secret, and I don't like feeling like somebody has to keep me a secret. And I don't like when big secrets are passed down through generations because of something as ridiculous as stereotypes and bigotry and all of those things that we know are not love. And that's what should keep a family together. And I feel like I don't know, I'm on the wrong end of the stick with all that stuff, and I'm learning things, but then I'm also learning that my resources are lying to me. So it's very difficult for me to piece everything together. I'm a great puzzler, but when you're given mismatched pieces, it's almost impossible. No, no, no. Frida, why would I need an editor? Oh, did you say you were from Japan, David? Was that you who was Japan? What do you mean an editor? An editor for what? I wish I didn't have to wear these, but I couldn't read what you guys are writing to me. And I'm still playing ball, so. Oh, the traffic. Yeah! Oh. Where are you then, David? And, Prita, please explain. Because maybe I do need an editor. Monitor with a wrench. A monitor? You mean someone to control my crowd of 4 people? No, I'm all right. I got my own wrench. It's a monkey wrench. You know, it's for those people who like to monkey around and hang around in my trees and throw bananas at me. Just kidding. Well, so tell me a little bit about yourself, David, if you have the time. So Prita, I don't think so. I mean, at this point, like I said, I think there was one day I think I had 20 some odd people in my room, and it was a fucking shocker. Pardon my expression. And most of the people who were talking to me were nice, so I didn't need to really ixnay anyone. But like today, what do I have? 3 people. Ooh, I don't really think it's too overwhelming. I don't know. I mean, apparently somebody's also pretending to be me. And I know that they're using my channel and they're AIing me. They're also stealing my short content. They're doing all sorts of stuff with my channel and whatever I put on it. So somebody even said they gave money to the person who was me. And yeah, I have never. I've never even given anything in my description where you can send me money. I've never asked for it. I'm not in the partner program. Yet somebody still runs commercials and I'm sure is making money because they stole my whole thing. They're going to lose it all. I have faith in that. I have I'm no longer stressed out about that. I'm just literally I've already figured out all the shit I'm gonna do. Like my brain never stops. So if anything, they just gave me time to what's the word? Prepare. So thanks, because sometimes I just kind of flow in the moment and just keep processing and pushing stuff out. I think it's fun. Yeah, dancing bananas. I was a dancing banana once. No, I was not. I was a hot dog. I did have an opportunity to be a banana. I chose the hot dog. Quit holding messages for review. Well, who does that? Who does that to messages? But yeah, I was a dancing hot dog. You can see it on my shorts. My very first short, if you go to my channel, it's either my first or second, very first short. I'm in a banana. A banana. Why do I keep saying banana? A hot dog suit. Yeah, I borrowed it from my nephew. I thought it was going to be funny. Somebody else thought it was funny too. So then we had a couple of hot dogs. It is what it is. Sometimes I have funny ideas and sometimes they suck. But, you win some, you lose some. But if you can get somebody to chuckle, 2 out of 3 times you do something, hey, then it's a win. I'm never out to hurt anybody's feelings. And if you tell me I hurt your feelings, I'll definitely apologize. But if you don't and you want to linger around in your crap, that's, it's not my problem, is it? No. There's one cloud up there, one puffy cloud. Do you see all the blue? And it only takes one freaking cloud to take the warmth away. It's like, come on. Come on. Oh, here comes the wind. Yeah. I just figured I'd pop on and say hello, and it was nice for 3 people to say hello back. Because, everybody who does come on here encourages me to keep doing it. So I'm sure it helps the person who thinks they're going to keep making money off my stuff. You're just collecting the money that's going to come back to me. That's how I see it. And, on behalf of my dead dog and my dead cat, I'm pretty sure that a lot of that money is going to go to helping other animals. Maybe other animals who were hurt because somebody couldn't help themselves. Angry people do stupid shit. They do really hurtful, stupid shit. And I don't want to make any amends for them. But I'm missing my Nellie. She was my girl. Right? Your big sis? Yeah. Not fair. You didn't just take her away from me. Do you answer unknown callers? I don't. Not right now, I don't. They can leave me a message, and if they're important, I'll call them back. If I can get a message through to anyone. This has been Talk About Island. Like I have to giggle, but been an island for a very long time now. Not by a choice of my own. I think the current just got a little too wild. Eventually I'll drift back and bump into some other land, I'm sure. It might be welcoming, it might not. But hey there, dancing banana guy, where are you from? And are you the same person who was in here 5 minutes ago? Because you know what I find? A lot of times the people in my chat rooms are actually all the same person. They just jump in with different names. Yeah, I can pick up on some things like that sometimes. I find that would be very exhausting. I wouldn't want to do that. It's hard enough to manage one. Could you imagine trying to be 5 people? Yeah. And then I love it when I get those conversations and they forget they're 2 distinct different people and they accidentally use language that belongs to the other character they're being. That I pick up on very quickly. And then I just kind of write it out and and then I'll call them out on it at the very end of the conversation and they're like, "Ah, fuck you." You know what? Like, stop being an asshole. Like, that's kind of where it's just, come on. Be one agitating person. Don't be 5 agitating people. Like, don't overwork yourself. If you want to annoy me, just be one annoying person. Like, give yourself a break. Do you ever have those moments? Yeah. It's like hacking at its best, but it's not good at all. Oh, South America. Okay. I see a little flag, but on my phone, it's purple, yellow, and aqua. So, what colors is it really? Like I'm telling you, I'm not looking at the same. I'm not looking at this normally. I have to use my imagination. Like I look like I'm under a blue light right now. You should see my teeth. Like they're like they're glowing. It's really quite. It's quite amusing. Sometimes I get a kick out of it. Anything to aggravate me, they'll do. You know. Except I take the challenge. Yeah. Tell me, what's your flag? I'll probably know the colors. We used to do a lot of flag geography work in the classroom. I just can't see it. It's super tiny, and I know the colors are not what they should be. You know how that goes. Are you getting tired yet, dog? I swear, my left shoulder hurts, yet I've been throwing with my right arm. Can you tell me why? And when I try to do it with my other arm, oh, the ball goes everywhere it shouldn't. But I try. So, David Smith, what brings you into this funny little chat? Are you like exceptionally bored? It never gets cold and we don't have to bundle up. And oh, you're in Ecuador. Okay. Oh, I worked with a fella from Ecuador. At least I think that's what he said. And he wished he was there. And he didn't care for the cold weather either. Matter of fact, he really didn't like it. And I asked him where he would prefer to be, here or there. And he said home. So I imagine he agrees with you. I like seasons. I don't mind cold for a period of time. I don't think I could live somewhere where it's like cold all year round. But for 3, 4 months out of the year, I like seasons. I love spring. I like watching everything come back to life. And winter is a timeout. It's when everything rests here. And then you see like the bare bones of things. Like right now, this is probably one of my favorite seasons because all the trees are naked. And then within the next like 2 or 3 weeks, all these green little sprouts will pop out on the trees and then there'll be leaves and it'll look like I don't have neighbors again. Like right now I have zero privacy. Like my backyard is somebody else's front yard. It's shouldn't be. Oh, good. Enjoy your movie. I'd say stay warm, but instead I'm going to say stay cool. Thanks for your chat, though. Appreciate it. Yeah, maybe going in and watching a stupid movie is a fantastic idea. David Smith, you gave me a good idea. What, been chatting for what? A little under an hour? What do you say, pup? We good for a break? What do you say? Yeah, I say we're good for a break. Well, anyway, smile. Somebody somewhere needs it. Yeah, even if you don't like your smile, it's irrelevant. It's the message that it sends. Okay? Keep that in mind. There's no such thing as a perfect anything except a perfect attempt. Or perfect, maybe attempt is not the word. Intention. You can have a perfect intention, whether it fails or not. As long as your intention is to, like Mood said earlier, elevate someone, then I say go for it. So for now, I guess signing off. I'm sure I'll get to music one of these days this week. I have now one to finish, so I have a goal. I have to start things in order to finish things. You know how that works? Exactly. Okay, so enjoy the rest of your day. See you later. Neighborsue signing off.